Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Monday Night Football game, the first one, the New York Giants at the Detroit Lions. And this is played September 8th. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can catch that on ESPN Monday Night Football. That's the first of the doubleheader to open things off on Monday night in Week 1. And it should be a good matchup, the Giants and the Lions. The Giants were one of the worst teams in the first half of 2013, but then they were one of the best teams in the second half of 2013, but they were in such a deep hole that they couldn't climb out of it, and they weren't able to make the playoffs, even though their division was pretty wide open and came down to the last week of the season. They actually had a chance. If they would have won out in the second half, they actually almost could have taken the East, even though they started 0-6. The Lions have made some big moves in the offseason as they have a new head coach in Jim Caldwell. The Lions actually started off pretty good in 2013, but they fell apart. So it's kind of the opposite of the Giants, where the Giants started off really bad and then got it together. The Lions started off good, but then fell apart, and that's why they now have a new head coach after their collapse, when they really should have won the NFC North last year, especially with Aaron Rodgers being injured. It was wide open for anyone to take, and neither the Bears nor the Lions would take it from the Packers, and the Packers ended up winning the division, even though the Lions really should have won, but just the collapse, was really questioned, and that's why they had to get rid of the head coach, even though he had done a really good job in his time there. But now we have the new head coach, Jim Caldwell. And Jim Caldwell has been in the Super Bowl before. He coached under Tony Dungy, and then he became the head coach of the Colts, and he brought them to the Super Bowl. They did lose that Super Bowl to the Saints, but he's still a more than capable coach, because he is very talented. And the Lions have a very talented roster. They have a very deep defense, one of the best pass rushes in football, one of the toughest front sevens, led by Ndamukong Suh. He's one of the best players, especially at his position. They've also got a pretty decent secondary, so their defense is pretty good. They've made some moves on offense. Last year they had added Reggie Bush, and he had a good year there in Detroit. Now this year in the offseason they add Golden Tate, go along with Megatron, Calvin Johnson, who is without a doubt the best receiver in football. And now with Golden Tate, who's coming off a Super Bowl championship with the Seahawks, he's going to bring some of that Super Bowl winning ways to Detroit. At least that's what the Lions and Lions fans hope, as he should be having a good effect on the locker room, bringing that experience, those winning ways, and that winning attitude into the locker room. Matthew Stafford is back at quarterback, 2 seasons removed from having thrown for 5,000 yards. He is one of the best young arms in football. Of course, he needs to take care of the ball better this season. His costly turnovers were a huge part of their collapse at the end of 2013. But in this game right here, I think the Lions match up pretty well against the Giants. Of course, they've had trouble with them in the past, but I expect to see a very good game out of Detroit. It should be a pretty tight game early on. Of course, the Lions could get out to a quick lead and start running away with it, but you never can count Eli out, as he seems to pull miracles out of nowhere on a very frequent rate, which just starts to make you wonder, is it just luck or is it just Eli? So that's the question that you really can't answer, is what is Eli going to do, is which Eli is going to show up to play. But either way, I think the Lions got plenty of defense to shut down the Giants, to shut down their running game, and pretty much Eli is going to have to win it on his own, and I don't think that's going to happen, because I believe that Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson will find the end zone at least once. Golden Tate might get in the end zone as well, and so might Reggie Bush. And the Lions very easily could put up 30-plus points in this game, as I expect them to. The Lions should win this game pretty handily, although I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants can make it a close game and make it interesting coming down to the wire. But don't be surprised if the Lions just rack up points So I'm picking the Lions, as you saw on the Quick Pick show, and that's why they're just too much offense. They're too explosive. That passing game has just gotten even better. And Reggie Bush showed last year he's more than capable of taking over the rushing duties there in Detroit as a full-time back. He rushed for over 1,000 yards last year. Their defense is just getting stronger, and now with Caldwell at the helm as their head coach, the Lions should be a playoff team, and they should make a run for the division title and challenge the Packers this year. So I think the Lions are going to win this one, and they should win by a touchdown.